Hello and welcome. This is Michele Christensen of OneNote Worthy Life, and this is a Plan With Me video for February of 2020. I'm using OneNote for Windows 10, and in this video I've already done my planning, so I'm going to walk you through my process of how I reflect and plan for the new month. And the reason I do that is because there is actually not much I can show you in the way of OneNote tips. My pages are pretty simple, and because it gives me time to reflect and really think and take this opportunity to set some new goals for myself. So the first thing I do is I review my prior month's goals. So these were my January goals for OneNote Worthy Life, which is my YouTube channel and blog. So my first goal was to follow my editorial schedule, and this has been and will be my goal for probably the next few months at least. I didn't quite hit the number of videos that I wanted, but I feel like I hit my goal of staying on my editorial schedule. I changed my plan mid-month to cover some of the version updates that have been going on within OneNote. There was just a lot of questions about that and things like that, so I felt like it was timely to make that video. So I changed plans, but I still feel like I met the goal of staying on track with my editorial calendar. My next goal was to get the technology set up for the Take Note chat. That's my monthly live video chat series. It's kind of like a video podcast where I host a guest and we talk about a OneNote related topic. And I had to change over some of the technology behind the scenes. And so I made really good progress with this. I am ready to start with the streaming service, and I have a few guests that I'm getting ready to meet with. So my third goal was to continue to learn my new camera. I purchased a new camera a couple of months ago so that I could film videos for the iPad, and also so that I could film videos in formats that I can't do with my webcam. And I had these three goals of my editorial calendar, the Take Note chat setup, and the camera. And around the 20th of the month, I just realized that I wasn't making any progress on the camera, but I was making great progress on the Take Note chat. And then if I diverted my energy away from the Take Note chat, I felt like it would kind of stall out and I would stop making progress. So I decided to just put the camera on hold for now until the chat has relaunched. And this was a really good learning opportunity or learning experience for me, because I realized that I just didn't have the bandwidth for all three of these things. Between trying to create content on a schedule, and I also run 2 Facebook groups, it would, like, just the sort of day-to-day stuff, it's enough to have just one additional goal, or at least this additional goal of the Take Note chat was just plenty. So that was a good lesson for me. So the next thing I do, I'm going to look at my personal goals. So the first thing I do each month is I set a calorie goal for myself. I weigh a little bit more than I should right now, and so I've been working on dropping the extra weight, and I'm trying to undereat by about an average of 410 calories. So I hit this, and my weight is just starting to change a little bit, so I feel really good about that, and I'm just going to kind of continue on this path. My second area of personal focus was in the area of Be Ready. There's a link in the description to a playlist on this. Be Ready was my theme for 2019, now for 2020, and possibly even beyond. And it just encompasses a bunch of areas of my life where I feel like I'm not ready for things that come my way. So I want to be more proactive instead of reactive. So my focus was to get all of my daily habits done pretty regularly for the month. And I did that. I hit my January goal. The other thing I have going on is a project in my sewer. If you haven't heard this, my husband and I have a repair that needs to be made in our sewer line, and it's quite complicated because you're dealing with multiple agencies and trying to sort out with the city, like who's responsible for what and who's allowed to work on what and that kind of thing. So we did take a nice big action step. We had a meeting with someone who was able to give us some guidance on this. And I have my next few steps lined up, so I just need to keep pushing forward on this. And my other personal goal is my husband and I are avid do-it-yourselfers, so we're installing a security system, and we took a big victory on the first step. We got a big chunk of it, installed and stuff, so it feels really, really great to have that done. So the next section I want to show you is a section or a page called What Else? On this page, I just mark things like that happen, like things that were unexpected, whether they were good or bad or indifferent, anything that changed the way my month unfolded. So January, I was really, really happy. The new year was off to a great start. I also had this kind of thought of certifying my dog Jack to be a therapy dog, and I'm just going to show you a quick picture of him. So this is Jack. He's a Bichon, and my husband and I adopted him from a family member who he just wasn't as good of a match for as he is for us. He's very active, and we're active and that kind of thing. So I'm very, very excited. We love having him living with us. He's our second dog. We have another dog named Calvin, but he's a great people dog, and so I'm thinking of starting the process for him to become a therapy dog. So just kind of have that thought. Not sure if I'm going to do it yet or not. And this third point of what else I alluded to earlier, which is the editorial calendar, and that I often switch plans during the month from the videos I had planned so that I can be more responsive to what people are asking me and what's kind of going on in the OneNote community and other things I hear about. And so I want to just make room for that I don't need to stay exactly on my schedule to feel like I've had a successful month. It's more important to take care of things in a timely manner when there's multiple people asking me the same question. I feel like that's a better use of my time than something I arbitrarily decided earlier in the month. So the final thing I want to look at, well, the next to final, is my January annual plan. And this is what I thought I would be working on in January when I set up my annual plan. So it's a pretty light month, just a couple of birthdays, New Year's Day, and everything went off great. It was a lot of fun. And then the final page I want to show you for January. This is my January calendar, all filled in. I like to write down one good thing that happened each day, so that I can go back and kind of look at it. And it just makes me happy, all the colors and stuff. And sometimes I do doodles or stickers or something on it. So it's time to move forward into February. So taking a look at my February annual plan, I just have a couple of things happening this month. One is I had an anniversary, and I want to get my dogs situated so that I can renew their license at the end of March. So they need a vet visit and some paperwork and that kind of thing. Then my goals for One Noteworthy Life, and following my own, what I just said, I'm going to just have that same goal of getting my editorial schedule, just following it, staying on track. And my goal this month is to actually have the next Take Note chat scheduled, to have my guest and topic lined up and have it scheduled and promoted and that kind of thing. So that feels really exciting. I've really been missing those live chats. And then my February personal goals, I just upped that daily calorie under eating average by a little bit, and I'm going to keep the same focus of being ready, which is doing all of my daily habits on a regular basis. It's really working well for me, and it's just the kind of stuff that keeps your life and your household kind of organized and not disintegrating into chaos. So those really work well for me. So the sewer project, I'm going to keep that moving forward, and the security system project, I'm going to keep that moving forward. And then along the lines with what I was saying with the dogs, we want to finish getting Jack settled. So I just need a few pieces of equipment for him and that kind of thing, and just be all ready for that license renewal next month. And then I do insert a February calendar. I'm filming this a little ways into February, so a few of these days are already filled in. But that's it. I am now all set up for February. And as I do every month, I want to take this opportunity to encourage you to start with some sort of planning and review process. And even if you start really simple with just one goal, and then you check back and see how you did on that, it's just been so helpful to me to sort of re-steer and orient the course of my life and see what works for me and what doesn't. And one of the big things that I have learned and am still learning is that I only have so much capacity to have more than one thing going on in my life. And probably everyone has some limit, but some people can have more than others. And I'm sort of finding my own level, what works for me. And the only reason I'm finding that is because I've been doing this process every month. And so it has been really helpful. And I just want to encourage you to start or try your own process. So if you have any questions or comments or something you want to see in more detail, you can leave a comment on this video and I will do my best to answer for you. And if you want to see more videos like this, as well as OneNote tutorials, videos on goal setting and general life management and organization, please do subscribe by hitting the subscribe button And let me know you like this by hitting that thumbs up button. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.